Hi everybody, I'm Victor Brick and welcome to June's Good Old Uncle Vic. As I said in May's Uncle Vic, last month Lynn and I presented at the Philex Fitness Industry Convention in Sydney, Australia, and afterwards we were able to spend some time at the Gwingana Health Retreat, which is not far from the Gold Coast, about an hour from Brisbane, a little north of Australia. And Gwingana is owned by our good friend Tony DeLead, and is one of the top retreats and spas in the world. And at the beginning of the week, Tony DeLead and his partner Sue and Christophe Adamson and his wife Claudine, who are in the fitness industry in France, they own health clubs and they're the distributor for Les Mills choreographed group exercise programs in France, were with us. And then at the end of the week, after Tony and Sue and Christophe and Claudine had left, we were able to, Lynn and I were able to participate in some equine therapy, which is where you interact with horses and you try to connect with them on a emotional and spiritual level as well as on a physical level. And even though Lynn and I had virtually no horse training experience whatsoever, as a matter of fact, we'd only ridden a horse a couple of times, it was a wonderful experience. The equine therapy is basically very similar to horse whispering. You may have seen the movie The Horse Whisperer, where you try to connect with the horse on an emotional level and on a personal level, on a spiritual level, and you try to match your energy to what you want the horse to do. And the results that we had were amazing. We were able to get the horse, in this case his name was Stevie, we were able to get Stevie to walk when we wanted him to walk, we were able to get him to trot when we wanted him to trot, we were able to get him to stop when we wanted him to stop, we were able to get him to square off and even come towards us, all by matching our energy to the movement we wanted him to do. Sometimes we'd raise our arm and we had a little lead or a rod, and we would wave it, and Stevie would start to jog, and then we would calm down, and Stevie's energy level would come down. And we were able, as I said, to get Stevie to match his energy and his demeanor to our energy and to our demeanor. So what was the lesson from this exercise? The biggest thing I got out of it was how much my attitude and my energy level affects the people around me. In this case, of course, it was Stevie, but in many ways, people are just like horses, and they are affected by your attitude and by your energy levels, especially if you're in a position of authority or if you're in a supervisor capacity. And this, of course, especially relates to parents and to parenting. If you're positive and high energy and optimistic, you're going to get back in return. People around you are going to also be energetic, optimistic, and positive. But if you're negative and you're low energy and you're critical, that's what the people around you are going to be. It's the kind of like the very similar to the law of attraction. The law of attraction states like attracts like. So as I said, if you have a good attitude and you have high energy, that's what you're going to attract. And if you're negative and have a bad attitude and poor energy, that's what you're going to attract, and that's what you're going to influence the people around you to be as well. Probably the best example of how well we did connecting with Stevie was that at the end of the session, as Lynn was getting ready to leave the ring, Stevie came up and kissed Lynn on the top of the head. Now here's a horse we had never met before. Lynn had only been with him for 20 minutes, and he came over and gave her that show of affection. And do you know why? Because he liked her. He really liked her. And you know why he liked her? Because he sensed that she really liked him. And I tell you what, I'm going to try this technique with my staff. I'm going to try to be positive, I'm going to try to be calm, try to be in control, try to always emit a positive energy, and try to maintain control of the situation and let them feel comfortable in the situation. I'm even going to try it with my kids. I may even try it with my wife. And I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know if any of them end up kissing me on the top of my head. Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this, Uncle Vic. If you did, please feel free to pass it on to a friend. We'd also like to hear your comments. You can use the form below. And for a text version of this Uncle Vic, or for past Uncle Vic's or Fit Tips, you can go to our website at www.brickbodies.com. And we close every Uncle Vic with a thought for the day. And the thought for today is, if you're green, you're growing, and if you're ripe, you're rotten. So keep growing. Until we meet again, that's it from good old Uncle Vic.